Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. We're back on the Citadel, having completed yet another story mission, that being Therum, where we found and acquired Liara there, so yay, we have a complete squad, and a pure biotic, so as an engineer who likes biotics, yeah, we're pretty happy to have her. On the way to her, we made some progress on some other assignments. Some of those have been festering in the journal, so we'll finally be able to close some things out here, which will be nice. We also picked up a lot of loot, and so we'll be able to do another round of selling, and if we're lucky in these stores, we'll pick up some new gear too. Alright, so real quick, I wanted to mention at the end of the last episode, I had, during my chat with Talia, mentioned that it sounded like she was giving us a new assignment, and indeed she was, but if you notice here, it actually doesn't appear here. And I think I know why. When you look at Garrus' assignment, it says you got to go to the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. And if you look at Rex's, it says go to Argos Row, and I think most of these say go to a certain place. Well, Talia just asked us to look for Geth that are operating independently. So she didn't really tell us where to go. And in fact, we don't really even have that assignment where we actually do find Geth operating independently. So, yeah, after we find those, then we'll finally get Talia's assignment. So, it's a little different, but it's kind of neat. Also, we talked to the Council a couple times, and on that second talk with them, they gave us these two new missions. The Vermeer was the obvious one. You receive word that a Solarian reconnaissance team on Vermeer has information about Saren. The message was unclear, and the Council fears this team is in danger. So yeah, that was the whole thing about the STG. So yeah, we're gonna go find them. Though, you know, and I do like that the game gives you the option to do it right now. I mean, we could go there straight away. And Anya kind of did that, but Daniel's going to defer this till quite a bit later. It does really flow better with the whole overall story of the game. So, also the Council gave us this one, Race Against Time. Saren is searching for the Conduit, an ancient relic dating back to the Prothean extinction. Through the visions burned into your mind by the beacon on Eden Prime, you believe the Conduit is a weapon capable of wiping out all life in the galaxy. Saren must be stopped. So, I mean, we heard about the Conduit from Saren during that recording that Talia picked up, but you know, there was the only person that ever drew that conclusion that it was a weapon was Anderson, and he's kind of good at that. He doesn't need much evidence to draw a conclusion. It's kind of gotten him in trouble before. So I'm not sure why Daniel thinks that, but I guess if it's in the journal, it's got to be true, right? Anyway, you've got to explore Pharos, Noveria, Artemis Tau, and Vermeer to find the clues that will lead you to the Conduit before Saren. So when you get this assignment, you have already been to two of these. In our case, we've been to Noveria, where we found the Mu Relay location, but we don't yet know what to do with that, where to go with it, so that's just kind of not useful at the moment. And of course, Artemis Tau, where we picked up Liara, who is a Prothean expert. So that's certainly going to come in handy, but it's still not enough overall, and that's why we got, you know, we're going to hopefully pick up more clues here on Pharos and Vermeer, and of course we will. All right, and one more thing before we move on. Let's make sure we're all leveled up here. Yeah, I was kind of ignoring the levels up at the end of Therum just because I knew I was not going to spend the points. We're actually hoarding the points for the unlock that's going to occur here. We're going to specialize our class. That means we can do a specific assignment very soon. That was really fun, so looking forward to that. Alright, so Liara's new, so she needs to, you know, she has all these points to spend, and let's see what the game would actually do. Yeah, this is why I never ever let the game level up for me. I mean, so it's weird that Throw appears to have been the most important talent here, and then Barry was going to be next, and no, I just wouldn't do that. I do like Throw, but it's, no, I mean, Advanced is good enough. Also, the other thing the game apparently doesn't know is that if you unlock every single talent for Liara, and you use the HUD to actually, you know, launch powers from her, then you will lose overload. It simply won't appear. It's probably a bug in the way the code is written. There's maybe a place where I can actually show how that might have happened. But yeah, I mean, in order to avoid that, if you want to be able to use overload manually with her, you've got to pick another power here that you can skip entirely through the entire game. And of course, it's a pretty easy decision for me. I never ever use stasis. I mean, Shepard's stasis when he's an adept, I will use occasionally with, or even, I think Sentinel has it too, but only when I become Bastion. When I specialize as a Bastion, then stasis is really fun, but other than that, I just don't find it useful. So I skipped that one. Alright, and I also don't need Master Throw yet, and you know what, because I get an extra 70 points of healing, I don't really need all this first aid, and I'm willing to defer Overload till later anyway, because I really want her for her biotic skills. So now we have 16 points to spend. And if I didn't have Singularity myself, that would be the first thing that would go up to Master level, because it's so damn useful. But I do have it, so let's bring up the talents that I don't have up first, and that would be Lift and Warp. So useful. And then we'll go ahead and give her maximized defense. That's pretty handy. Alright, that's much better. And then the next power I think I would chase would be Singularity. And then finally Throw. And then finally Overload. So, yeah, that is so much better. Okay, Tali's got maxed out shotguns and maxed out Overload and Damping. I'm sorry, Sabotage. And we got 8% more damage reduction. I've got a lot of shields for us. I'm not going to do the shield boost yet. So, yeah, let's chase Master Damping next. Alright. Very good. And then I'll go ahead and quickly show what I think is going on with Liara. So, yeah, notice that Tali has a power starting in slot 0, I guess you would call it. And then the other power's this way. And this is Carnage, so it's really like a gun-based talent that's here. And Liara has this gap here. Now that's partially because she doesn't have any gun, but she does have other powers. So what looks to me like the game decided to just leave this empty rather than actually put, allow any other power to be here. So yeah, if we had stasis here, it would show up in here somewhere, and then this would be the last spot. And for whatever reason, no icon can ever appear here. So yeah, Overload would just simply be missing entirely. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Anyway, let's move on. The fact that we have Liara with us on this run means that we can pick up all of the unique dialogue with her. So let's get to it.
Reporter Kalisa Al-Jilani recently attempted to land an interview with Commander Shepard, the first human Spectre. Commander Shepard answered difficult questions, demonstrating that under that military uniform is a keen diplomatic mind. We'll have exclusive footage later today.
Alright, well, Daniel earned that evaluation, I guess, and he's happy things went well there, but he's worried the footage is going to go ahead and mention the whole war hero thing, which he'd rather it didn't, but actually we don't actually get to see that. Alright, we have arrived in CSEC. As we could tell, as on our way down, this is a big, sprawling place of great height. What do you think, Liara?
Did you know Citadel Security is the largest multi-species law enforcement agency in Council space?
Yeah, sure. We knew that, yeah.
It was the Turians who first suggested creating a single organization to maintain order on the Citadel. Perhaps that is why more than half the force is Turian.
Alright, let's note to self, never play the CSEC version of Trivial Pursuit, because Liara will mop the floor with us.
Later today, Emily Wong goes inside the fast-paced world of space traffic controllers with an exclusive interview.
Yay! That means Ms. Wong took our charm to heart. She decided to figure out a way to get the star she wanted without getting anyone fired. Yay. We've arrived on the sprawling giant Presidium. Any chance this is your first time here, Liara? I would be surprised, actually.
This is truly magnificent. Most Prothean architecture I see is in ruins.
Well, maybe she hasn't been here before.
The sheer size of this place is overwhelming. Remarkable. Nature and technology combined in one elegant whole.
She has a childlike love of places, I can tell. Alright, I wonder what Udina would have to say about our work there on Therum.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
You know, as humanity's representative, I wonder how many people think humans are just very curmudgeonly. I mean, Daniel does like Udina, but still.
Yes, Commander?
We picked up a new mission, so we can actually ask Anderson about it.
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
Of course, if you didn't know that you could ask him about Vermeer, you wouldn't be beating yourself up right now, right? Because there really wasn't anything there. Also, looks like we can't ask Anderson about whether this really is a game or not.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
That would be kind of funny if you could. Alright, so on our way to picking up Liara, we stopped at a place called Sharjila, where we were dealing with some mercenaries, one of which was an Asari slaver, and her name was Dahlia Dantius, and we learned from the datapad, or desk we were investigating, that she was connected to this lady over here, Nasana. Now, the last time, I guess the only time we tried to engage with Nasana, she told us she was too busy. I bet she isn't so busy now.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're Nasana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. It didn't end well for her.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nasana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
Okay, so ignoring the profound nature of this conversation we're having already, let me mention something about the mechanics real quick. If you have the Charm or Intimidate and you're able to use it, you will get a license, the Armali Council license. She'll actually mention that. And it's handy to have it because not only do you get access to the Nexus Omni tool and I think it's the Prodigy Bioamp, which are the second best of each of those in the game. The problem is that the license is not available. If you don't get it from here, you have to wait till you're in Vermeer to get it. So if you're doing Vermeer late, it's a pretty long wait to get it. But the other thing to notice, or that you wouldn't know, is that you actually get more XP by being able to charm her. So let's do that.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits. But I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, that is a multiplier 20 reward. I think you only get a 15 if you are not able or you choose not to charm her. So, yeah, the whole thing is pretty weird. This ends the Asari diplomacy assignment. For helping Nasana deal with her sister, she has added you to the Armali Council client list. Now when you visit certain stores, you will occasionally see the very rare and valuable Armali Council items made available to you. Of course, the game is being a little coy here. It's not certain stores. It's the Normandy Quartermaster. It's just that store. And so, yeah, it's the whole point of getting licenses is to improve the amount of stuff you get there. But notice that this summary doesn't really even go into much detail about how astonishing this whole thing is. The notion that she wanted her sister dead, is because it's better for her career. It's just amazing to me.
Thank you for all your help, Shepard.
You have to wonder, when they were kids, did they play together in the sandbox? What event, caused the rift between them that was that great? I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know that, but still, pretty unique.
Strange. This statue shows how well the Protheans blended function and form. The mass relays were not only their greatest technological achievement, but also inspiration for beautiful works of art.
It's very curious that Liara's hook, line, and sinker with the whole codex entry on this place, meaning, you know, that the Protheans built it. I mean, she's the one that's introduced to us the concept that Protheans were not, you know, are not the only big civilization to have vanished. Now, there may have been many, many, many more, going back time immemorial, for races that have been met with a cataclysm of some sort. Why would she necessarily be clinging to the notion that the Protheans had to have built this place, and the mass relays of that? At some point, there should be doubt, right? If she's a good scientist, that is.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
And we're getting old news, but oh well.
See how the trees and the fountain naturally blend with the arches of the tower. They have done a masterful job of capturing the aesthetic values of the Protheans.
So here we have what Liara thinks is a Prothean, structure, yet somehow we were the ones that have decorated the place to look like it was from the Protheans. I'm a little bit confused by that. I mean, trees and stuff, that suggests, those are not 50,000 years old, obviously, but still, the fountain, I didn't know that was new. Alright, here's a guy
I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants.
who's been waiting a long time to hear from us.
Commander, any word on my missing men?
I found them. What was left of them. They ran into a thresher maw.
A thresher maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Alright, that completes another assignment. That would be the UNC Missing Marines. You informed Admiral Kahoku of the fate of his men. Kahoku has promised to investigate their deaths further. And fairly soon he's going to provide us with yet another assignment. A fairly important one.
Strange. Think of all the important decisions the Council has made right here. Trillions of lives hanging on their every word and deed. It's awe-inspiring.
Actually, you're quite right. It really is. Alright, there's another guy who's been waiting for us, though not as long. And this should be the last time we have to go to the ward's access corridor.
Exogeny Corp recently released an official statement regarding their missing survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster. According to the statement, the remains of the survey team were discovered not far from their abandoned research camp. There were no survivors. It is believed the researchers were the victims of a random attack by raiders or mercenaries. Names will be released after next of kin are notified.
That was related to our mission, our assignment on Trebon, and we killed all the husks. It's definitely not raiders or mercenaries involved there, so either nobody's actually gone to investigate, or when they did go and investigate, they didn't like what they saw. Not sure which it is there. Oh, oh! I guess these two have run out of things to say. Hey, Zabaleta. So, this is a guy I mean, I mentioned earlier that he, somebody that I think we would have gotten along with really well if we'd known each other over the past 13 years, but honestly, the conversation flow here goes a little bit better if you stay renegade.
Hey, back again, huh? I don't suppose you got any credits to spare.
Already hitting me up for money? I came here to talk about Mindoir.
What's to talk about, kid? People tied like prize hogs, locked in cages, clawing and screaming as they're loaded into cargo pods. And we couldn't reach them. The Batarian defenses had us pinned. Dozens died trying to advance. All we could do was watch as they hauled people away. I've been looking for 13 years for something to make that sight go away. What have you got, huh?
Right. Because forgetting is much easier than dealing with it.
What? You think I drink because I like lying in the gutter? If you don't have a better option, just give me 20 credits. A good bottle of whiskey. Enough to stop the dreams.
Though I'm kind of glad I don't have the sufficient intimidate to pick this option. Although I don't think Shepard actually, his words are not quite this bad, but still, it seems kind of rude.
My mother said to go to the Veterans Affairs office. You're not the only one who's seen that brand of hell. They can help.
The VAO? God. All right. If she wants me to go talk to someone, fine, I'll do it. For her. She always stuck up for me. She always was naive. All the VAO does is pump you full of chemicals. If she wants to talk, tell her she can reach me through the Citadel VAO.
That seems successful, and even though we were a little renegade, we got some Paragon out of that. And that completes this assignment right here. You convince Zabaleta to seek help at the Veterans Affairs office. And we won't see him again, at least not in this game. I don't know if you'll bump into him again later.
Tali, are the Quarians concerned that the return of the Geth will lead to more anger against your people?
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
I hope the other races view matters in the same light.
Alright, any chance you've never seen this view before, Liara?
I am not used to this kind of environment. Too much time working by myself, I suppose.
Oh, it's not that crowded here.
How could anyone live here? There are just so many people.
Honestly, this is not that bad.
Everyone here seems so busy, so rushed. I wonder if they are happy.
I mean, the cars suggest that things are rushed, but everyone here seems pretty stoic to me. Where's my team? Thank you. I kind of need you.
Why is the music in these places always so loud? It almost seems as if the people here want an excuse not to talk to each other.
It doesn't seem that loud to me. I've been in much louder places, that's for sure. Notice, I don't think we've been in here since Doran has moved onto the dance floor, which means we could actually dance now, but I don't want to wait a little later for that. Alright, here's our favorite store for selling. Should be the last time we need to do this, so let's get to it.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
So yeah, there's nothing here I want to buy, but I want to dump a bunch of stuff, so let me do that real quick. Okay, 1.28 million credits. That's pretty nice. Thank you, Dr. Michelle. Not sure if I'll see you again in this particular playthrough. Alright, let's head back to the den. It's been a while since we've been in here, and I think it's possible we haven't... I'm not even sure if I brought Tali here, so we'll chat with both of them here.
We Asari are more accepting of our sexuality than most other species. Some club owners like to exploit this by hiring us as dancers.
So I guess that's what Fist was doing, although the fact that Fist is gone means the new owner thinks it's a good idea to keep them.
Dancers are highly respected among my people, but I get the feeling these women are not held in high esteem.
And this is why I like running with the ladies. They have pretty good astute opinions on things. One of the things, I don't know if you remember, it was a long time ago now, when we first arrived in the den, I think I made a mention that the bartender was human. And obviously we had to clean house, and so he was one of the casualties, and he's been replaced by that Solarian. I like continuity like that. Alright, let's see if we can find some good gear. So Tali is one of the ones still in her original armor, because I have not found anything better. Let's see if we get lucky. Not really, no. I mean, we got this Explorer 7. She looks good in Explorer. I will say that. And it's not very expensive, so just in case we don't find anything better... Yeah. Go and grab that. See how you're looking at Miss Tali. It's not going to be a big upgrade, but you know what? It's 3 times the shield, so... And we get the extra slot. And yeah, it definitely looks really good on her. Put a connect buffer in there. And no need for that anymore.
Yes, human, you need something, yes? Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
Alright, so he usually does everything good in here except the licenses, of course. So now, with that Geth Armory license, it's possible we'll be able to find Rage Armor in the Normandy store. Maybe that's only happened 3 times in all my playthroughs. But damn, does it look good on Rex. And stats are incredible, too.
Commander, I've been waiting for you to get back.
I'm over here.
I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
What's on your mind?
With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
No, that's not a good idea.
Conrad, I don't think that's a good idea.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity is capable of. I want to be with you, fighting the good fight like you did on Elysium during the Skillian Blitz.
Luckily, Conrad here is fairly easy to charm or intimidate. You don't need very many points in either case. And yeah, I think... Well, I'm pretty sure you want to do that, because if you don't do it, he ends up dying. He really believes in this whole I could be a Spectre thing. He bumps into some Turians, I think, and tries to show off and gets himself killed, and therefore he doesn't show up in later games. So we want to see him again, so let's charm him.
I believe you, Conrad. But there's another fight that needs you.
What? I don't understand.
Conrad, I don't need you. Your wife does. So get out of here.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help. I'll go home. Thanks for setting me straight.
Conrad Werner. Alright, that finishes the fan, which is an assignment we picked up a long time ago. You convinced Conrad that his interest in you is unhealthy, and he should head back home to his family. He shouldn't be a problem any longer.
Welcome back, EarthClan.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent.
Alright. I'm not surprised I didn't find anything here. There is this Armax Arsenal license, which means... the Armax Arsenal guns are fine, but I mean, once you have Spectre Masters, that's all you really need. So the thing that they have that it's best for, known for, is the Predator, I think it's called. The line of armors that have the... It's like Predator M, Predator H, Predator L. Those have the best shields in the game. Those shields are better than the Colossus armors, but you exchange quite a bit of damage protection for those high shields. So I don't typically use them very much, though. If I find that armor and I don't yet have Colossus, I definitely grab it.
Oh, sure, I can return that for you.
Thanks. Hasn't worked well since I bought it.
Hey, are you refunding his stuff?
Here you go. Your account will be credited.
You did! You took his return! Look, I'm telling you, I bought this here. Why won't you return it?
I can't take it back unless...
I know. Unless I have a proof of purchase.
He still wants me to help him. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't have that ability. Alright. Not quite done yet. Let's head out back to the financial district. See what Dellen has. That Turian is always right there waiting for us when we arrive here. He's creeping me out a little bit.
Commander, it is good to
show me your items.
Oh, this one is...
There's one. Predator M. So yeah, it's crazy good shields, but the damage protection is like maybe half of what you get with the Colossus. So yeah, would I put that on Garrus? I might. It's not that expensive. Yeah, why not?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is...
Sometimes you get lucky here, because I noticed that we have, there's some tier 3 stuff here. And if there had been a frictionless materials in here, I'd have grabbed it for sure. But no, these things they're worth, you can just wait to pick them up as loot somewhere.
Command.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, this is actually better than the armor I put on Tali, but that's not by much, so it won't matter. Yeah, I didn't get lucky in my practice run for this. There was a Savant a bioimp in here, so nice, but yeah, lightning never strikes twice. Anyway, that Sarah's Council license is what will allow Savants to drop in the Normandy store, of course, and now I have the full amount of Metagel and grenades. Very nice. Oh, let's go this way. Some more dialogue over here.
Huh. Some want to see this Krogan monument removed, but it is important to remember our history, even if those memories make us uncomfortable.
Agreed. Alright, and I think there's just one more store. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Yay. I'm going to pick up this gun too, because we're not going to be back here in a while. And of course, the Casa Fabrication license. Yeah, somebody got lucky just now. I didn't get a Savant Omni tool, but of course, look at this crazy gun. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anyone in my team that I'm really running with assault rifles. I just want this black gun. But yes, look at this. I mean, so Titan, of course, is great because it's the second best damage protection in the game. But look at how much better this is, and of course, you get the extra shields to go with it. So. And of course the extra slot, which means I can now put in a kinetic buffer, which gives me another 14% cooldown reduction across all my power. So that's a pretty big upgrade right there. Oh, so happy. Now, this Titan 5 I'm actually going to give to Caden, I think, because I'm going to be running with him for a little while before we probably transition to Liara. Look at me. So yeah, this is why I want black guns now. I think the two reds here clash a bit. So I can actually start that now. Put the red assault rifle on me. I mean the black one, excuse me. There we go. Look at that. So very nice. Alright, I think this is all. Let me take a peek how much money I have. Okay, I still have quite a bit of money. I wanted to actually stop over at Novaria, but I'm gonna want to look at my own store first. There's actually a reload trick we can do there too.
With all this exploration of Prothean culture, this must be like a survey for you, Liara.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
Yes, most of the technology I had hoped to bring back to the flotilla has subsequently attempted to kill us.
Oh, Miss Talia, I just adore you.
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to be among her crew.
I agree.
Seeing the ward stretching out before you really makes you appreciate the Citadel as a true wonder of Prothean engineering.
Oh, you're gonna hang your head low when you, finally, when it dawns on you that maybe the Protheans didn't build this thing. But if she's a good scientist, she will accept the facts and move on.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
God, I am still so excited to be in Colossus armor.
The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Anyway, I said that there's a store reload trick we can do here without actually having to save and reload. And that is because the store reloads whenever you get licenses, so there's already a restock going on there. And then if we go to another port city, that'll restock again then. So we're actually going to stop in Noveria. So I'll be able to check 3 times now for different high-end gear, possibly. Let's start with helium.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright. That's not bad. Well, yeah. Oh, this is much better. Okay, this is the one I'm going to buy. Yeah, it's the same price, but look how much better the damage protection is. So we'll give that to Caden, probably. Also, we want this for Caden. Let's see. Yeah, make sure I have enough money here. And nothing else I really need. But yeah, notice that we're starting to get this high end. We have Casa guns now. Is that it? Inspector Master Gear. Okay, so, I mean, Tier 3 slots are somewhat limited at times. Armax Arsenal and Casa right there, but still, I mean, you always get this stuff just every time you roll the dice, you never know what you might get. Let me go drop that armor real quick on Caden. Yeah, that's a pretty big upgrade there. He gets an extra slot too, though I'm all out now of things. Now we can give Liara the Titan 5. Huh. And Garrus can get that. Yeah, see, I mean, you really, the Armax Arsenal armor is just superb shields, but it's almost always a price to pay on the damage protection. But that's a lot of shields, and we get the extra slot there too. Alright, anything else that I bought for anybody? No. Alright. Alright, real quick pop over to Noveria. There's actually some dialogue we can pick up there too.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Maw. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
And indeed, that was Admiral Kahoku, and he is in a bit of trouble, it sounds like. And he's introduced us to a group called Cerberus. It's gone completely rogue, even though they had top secret clearances before. Interesting. Let's take the same squad over.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Log, the commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has deck.
Not only are we surrounded by this beautiful ambient theme again, but it looks like the storm is still here.
The weather outside looks dreadful. Thank the goddess it's warm in here.
From all I've heard, blizzards are quite common here.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies.
My people have dealt with the corporations on Noveria in the past. They pay well and they don't ask any questions.
The weather outside looks dreadful. Thank the goddess it's warm in here.
Yeah, I'm coming over here because this guy has a new line of dialogue too, which is kind of unique.
Been a while since I've seen you. What brings you back?
Vehicle repairs, of course.
That's what I like to hear. Let's see what you need.
Okay, so what the hell just happened? I mean, it strikes me as possible that this might have been a way to get your Mako through a free repair cycle, but of course my Mako shouldn't be here anymore, and I really can't even go through that door anyway. I couldn't head out back to Peak 15 if I wanted to. So that strikes me as a possible relic conversation there that was never removed.
This one has heard that Inamorda has met an unfortunate end.
It looks like he's stuck on this Inamorda thing.
Show me what you're selling.
Of course.
Ooh, that is going to be an upgrade, but I don't have the money anymore. Boy, that is a lot of damage protection.
Inamorda was a good customer.
Show me what you're selling.
Of course.
Alright, so yeah, nothing exciting here. I never ever use snowblind rounds. I mean, take cryo rounds and you add a punishment to them? No thanks. You get more damage, a lot more damage than before, but look at that rate of fire reduction. I mean, that basically nullifies the extra damage, it seems to me. And the only real benefit is that the targets are a little less accurate. I mean, the enemies shooting back at you are less accurate. But, no. I mean, the only other thing that's, that I like with them is that you get that freeze effect. I mean, it's not an actual, it's just after the enemies die, they look like they freeze and then they shatter. That's kind of cool, but you can do that with cryo, which has no punishment. Scram rail, nah. And kinetic coil, nah. I mean, again, if there was frictionless materials in there, I'd be like trying to figure out a way to buy them, but nope, not this time.
This one has heard that Inamorda.
Show me what you're selling.
Of course.
And yeah, I mean, this portion is really known for its Titan armor, and we've kind of moved past that now.
would be grateful if you would finish your business and leave.
I like you, Mayoko. I wish you had a kinder farewell for us, but what can you do? Joker, why are you playing with the doors again? Slowing me down here.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
And as I mentioned, since we've come to Novaria, we now have gotten a reshuffle on stock down in my store. So let's see what awaits us down there.
Let's see what we got. Get that.
I got a new pistol, but that's really it. Yeah, sometimes you get lucky with these stores, but not. But nice thing now that we have the tier 3 licenses is every time we level up, we'll be able to come back down here and see what's changed. Not all the levels up are the same. I mean, when you transition from one tier to another tier, or not from tier to tier, but from one rank to the next rank. So for a while, I mean, we're basically at rank 6 right now. We're going to be doing the rank 7 stuff soon, and then rank 8, 9, and 10. Each of those transitions in the store is a pretty big reshuffle, but in between those shuffles are not that impressive. So anyway, we're almost done here. Let's go ahead and position ourselves in the place where we're going. Actually, you know what? There's one thing I want to do. Let me step back out again real quick here, because the journal did update there, didn't it? Yeah, we got this new assignment from Kahoku when he contacted us. Admiral Kahoku has given you the coordinates to a research facility run by the Cerberus Group. You need to investigate the planet Binthu to find out why Cerberus is unleashing alien monstrosities in the Attica Traverse. And we're going to be headed to Voyager Cluster in the Yangtze system. So yeah, and then let's real quickly, I want to basically review what we're doing next, and that is this. Rogue VI is taking over an Alliance training ground located on Earth's moon. So yeah, we're going to go deal with that next. And local clusters here, which only has the one system, our own Sol system. Alright, this place should look familiar to you. Pluto is still listed, though it's no longer a planet here. Notice this. Pluto is one of Sol's numerous ice dwarf worlds. It is mainly of note for being the gravitational anchor for the Prothean mass relay to Arcturus. Pluto and the Charon relay, formerly encased in ice and considered a moon, orbit each other. Pluto's orbit was circularized in 2157 as a side effect of the Charon mass relay recovery operations. That's interesting. I wonder why they felt the need to do that. I mean, except that you can draw it easily in the galaxy map. I mean, circularizing it doesn't strike me as something that easy. I mean, Pluto and Neptune actually have a resonance to each other, and there's a tug that each does. And in fact, Pluto's orbit moves inside Neptune's orbit, but in such a way that they never collide. So, I mean, you'd have to cope with that, right? That if it's circularized, then the tugs from Neptune would be much more drastic, I would think. But what do I know? Though Neptune, like Uranus, has plentiful helium, its remoteness made it an unpromising target for mining before development of a Mass Effect drive. With Uranus cheaper to exploit, it has never seen extensive development. The only permanent human presence is a small research facility on Triton. With 70 people in it, it's kind of small. And I'm guessing, because I don't know these numbers on it, but I'm pretty sure these are accurate, of course. After the development of Mass Effect FTL drive, distant Uranus was the target of a land rush to exploit its combination of plentiful helium-3 fuel and shallow, for a gas giant, gravity well. Today, Uranus is the largest producer of HE3 in the Alliance space. Helium-3. Pretty big population. There's Sakharov Station. Saturn has been a major source of helium-3 fuel for fusion plants since the 2150s. The moon of Titan is mined for hydrocarbons and used as a hostile environment training facility for Alliance Marines. Interesting. 117,000 live here in Huygens Dome. Jupiter's deep gravity well and lethal radiation have kept its moons from being significantly exploited. The largest outpost is Binary Helix Corporation's Nautilus facility, attached to the underside of Europa's ice sheet. Oh man. I mean, okay, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be seeing Nautilus in the rest of this game, but I have to wonder if Andromeda is actually on hiatus, or Mass Effect itself, and somebody wants to do some sort of secondary soft reboot of the series. I hope that it's back in the Milky Way, and I hope it takes us to places like this. That would be pretty neat. Everything else, yeah. Not as big a place. It appears to be scattered across the moons here. Of course, there aren't going to be any glimmers in the asteroid belt. This is a place you would expect to have everything well scanned already. Once considered a prospect for terraforming and colonization, the discovery of faster-than-light travel turned Mars into a quiet backwater. Its southern pole is a historical preserve centered on the Prothean ruins found there. Immigration and development are restricted as the search for Prothean artifacts continues. That's a pretty neat image right there. 3.4 million people live here. In Lowell City. Overall fairly cold, though near the equator. I think in summer Mars can actually be somewhat warmish. And also, by just coming here, by just exploring, even just calling up this page here, you actually get codex entry. I think the same for Earth. For detailed information, please refer to the standard issue Alliance Galactic Codex. Earth's orbit is riddled with debris generated by bootstrap space development. Use of kinetic barriers is recommended at altitudes above or over 85 km. 11.4 billion on the surface, 250,000 across the different Lagrange point stations. I have to look this up. 23.9 hours. Is the Earth spinning faster in the future? Or is that actually the day length? Why would it be spinning faster in any case? I don't know. I think with the moon tugging on it, it would be spinning more slowly. With its molten temperatures, sulfuric acid clouds, and crushing carbon dioxide, atmosphere Venus has only a handful of aerostat research outposts. 800 in total live there, 465 Celsius, that's pretty damn hot. A handful of solar power stations exist on peaks of eternal light at the north and south poles of Mercury. The difficulties imposed by the planet's proximity to the sun and high orbital velocity have limited development. Yeah, I think this is like 430, so yeah, the overall surface temperature of Mercury is actually lower than Venus. And that's because it has a dark side where it actually cools off. Alright, and that leaves just Luna. This is where we're going, of course. An early source of helium-3, Luna is now mined from materials used in space habitat construction. 24 major stations have been constructed at Earth's L4 and L5 Lagrange points, all from Luna resources. There's 4.1 million living here, the capital of Armstrong. And it's relatively cold overall. I mean, that's again because half of the surface is in the shade where it's very, very cold. Alright, so for this mission we are going to want a shotgun team, so Tali and Rex for sure. Alright, so after almost 2 hours of not much action, we're finally going to be back into it here shortly, so let me drop a save. Alright, and we'll pick up the story from right here next time.